enough time to feel me, notice me, take my presence, and all that jazz. So the topic for today's talk, I'm actually very lucky. When Nida called me, she messaged me. उन्होंने बताया कि September में there's going to be a session like all these poll sessions every month. Oh, there's free food. So in my defense, like if you thoroughly get bored, I can still say they got free food, alright? So nothing from me, maybe something from Nida's side. So Muse was the topic of this month. And honestly, I did not know what Muse meant. How many of you know what Muse means? Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. So I had to Google. Like most things that I Google, I had to Google it. And it came out like a person or a personified force, which is a source of inspiration for a creative artist. Now this definition was too big and mega for me. Creative artist? Okay, what does it have to do with me? Personified force? Does it have to be a person? But then I realized I don't really have to go, by the book, and later we'll figure out that it all fits beautifully in my life. So I'm honored to be here and speaking on this topic, and I can't believe the talk has already begun and I'm going, blah, 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 blah. So I Googled it and it came out to be this. And I still don't know what I'm doing here. So when I was thinking of coming here, I was thinking of starting off the session with my usual dance ye, dance wo, warm up, flana, dimkana. मेरे जो group classes के लोग हैं उनको पता है मैं जाती हूँ वहाँ पे धमाल करना शुरू हो जाता है. But then I have very nice friends who are very sensible and smart as well, and they told me, no, that's not how you do this. You cannot expect people you're meeting for the first time to just look at your face and get up from their chairs and start dropping it hella low. It's not gonna happen. So I thought I should talk, maybe let you, get a feeling of my presence and stuff. And whenever we are ready, I have a slight warm-up, like a stretching session to just acquaint you with yourself. I know you do this all the time here. There have been amazing people coming to Creative Mornings, whom I've heard. I don't know, somebody was telling me about Aisha here, कि आपको कुर्सी पे बिठाए वो कहीं और ले जाती हैं. तो I think that's brilliant. I think that's amazing. My story. मैं एक बच्चा थी, और जब मैं एक बच्चा थी, मुझे लगता है एक एनर्जेटिक किस्म का बच्चा थी. And at the same time, मुझे कोई खास नहीं पसंद था मैं जैसा बच्चा थी. और मैं आपको बताती हूँ reason क्या है. The reason was I was, every break I used to go to every person in my class with the best lunch box, and I would just steal their lunches and stuff like this. And I don't know, I just have very weird flashes of धक्का देने लोगों को, just pushing kids and being like this and being like that and being just too obnoxious. So I won't say I was a nice child, but I was a child nevertheless, the only child of my parents. And I feel like being an only child has contributed a lot to the wacko I am today. I'm really sorry again, but at the same time, one of the major things that we think, one of the major reasons that we take for granted, कि यार बच्चा अगर अकेला है तो सिर्फ मसले ही मसले. I don't think मसले. With being a single child, I like the खामोशी now. It's giving me that. Being a single child gives you a lot of free time. It gives you loneliness, which I think is the black sheep of the major reasons for creativity. Would you agree or not? Yes. Like when you're sitting idle, who said yes? I want to see your face. Somebody here agrees with me. Thank you, yes person. Thank you. So when you're lonely, when you're sitting and when you're all by yourself away from all the chaos in the world, is when you descend into yourself. And when you work around yourself and when you I was a child, I didn't know what I was doing. And also a very aggressive child. Not very, but since I was energetic, I'd also like to add that I was aggressive. I think my father may have been an aggressive, lonely child of 5 other siblings. And my mother, a submissive, lonely child of 5 other siblings. So you get the point. Exercise, honestly, music and exercise used to be my, go-to thing. I would try to, I wouldn't know कि मैं channelize कर रही हूँ उससे क्या हो रहा है, हो क्या रहा है, but खुद से मैं retreat कर जाती थी इन चीज़ों पे. And I think it was a good way to channel my energies, जो कि इधर-उधर distract हो रही होती थी ना, among other things that I would do, I would work out, I would listen to music and stuff like that, and it used to be fun. I don't want to bore you guys, so I don't know if the question and answers are going to be at the end of the session. If such is the case, I don't want it to be like this. You can just keep dropping your questions here. Otherwise I'll just go on and on and on. Inda, आप मुझे बताओगी कि अभी is it comfortable if we do a stretch, or I don't think so. I think it's split. आप लोग बकवास सुन लें बस मेरी. ठीक है. In the end, or whenever we're comfortable. So time passed. My parents were extremely nice to me and they supported me with sports and with exercises. And I think that may have led me to create an email address, a glorious email address that was sportsgirl_freddieVK@yahoo.co.uk. What? Come on, man. Like, I felt very sporty at that time, so I would create all sorts of funny email addresses and stuff like that. And I started growing up. A lot of years fast forward, I just realized it's not about my life story, it's about the thing that I do, VRK Studios journey. So the line moved on, and my father, one day he asked me, कि यार कुछ करो अपने वक्त के साथ. I was 25 at that time. I was married, I was living in Islamabad, and I had just completed my MBA from Quaid-e-Azam. It was a good time, but I was never a very ambitious person. Like, yeah, you know what, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to be awesome, I want to, I don't know, sit among awesome people and feel all fancy. I was never that person. So if you give me 100 years to just sit back at home and watch stuff and listen to music and just be crappy, I'll do that. I'm very happy with that. But if my father insisted that I make use of my time, I do something with it. I mean, even go online and make some money online. I don't know how I was going to do it. Again, I was going to make use of Google. But he pushed me towards it. And people around me, my friends, and other people, they thought I was good at working out, so maybe I could do something exercise related. So the first gym that I joined was World Gym. I think it was in 2014. And I was there for 3 months. Because soon I realized, hey, yaar, I can't work with people. I can't work under people. Like the way I want to do things, it's just different. So that was taking a toll on me, and I was not very productive in my work. I would actually, I don't know why, but I would analyze myself, and by analyzing myself, I would find out that I wasn't working hard enough. I was just, lazing around there and doing my own workouts and stuff like that. Also, there was one thing that didn't really coincide with me. The act of trying to make clients. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Do you experience it with the gyms and, businesses in general? लोगों को घेरना. समझ नहीं आई. It didn't make sense to me. So I left the place in 3 months, and then because I got another offer from another gym as a manager, and I was there for 3 weeks. 3 weeks, yes. Same problems, same mindset, so I left. When I left the place, I had saved up 25,000 rupees, which was my salary. And I was just dormant for a month or 2. And that's when my husband lost his job. Like, he was working 2 jobs, and that's when he lost one of them, which was making him most money. And I realized, लोगों ने कहा कि यार, फलानी जगह पे कोई studio type जगह है, कराटे का studio, वहाँ पे जाके group classes लो. I got in touch with a few other people in Islamabad. It worked out, it didn't work out. Alright, so I started my classes above F11 subway आपने देखा होगा F11 में उसके ऊपर एक karate studio Bilal own करता था. He's such a wonderful person, and so I paid him the 25,000 that I had for the first month's rent, and that's it. I was done with it. I had no money on me, no savings, nothing. I've never been really good at handling money, as you'll see later. So I paid 25,000, and there came the first month, and stage 1, or I don't know, start of metallurgy. Do you know what metallurgy is? I think I heard someone say, I know. Who said I know? I didn't know, I had to Google it. So, what? All right, can you please tell me what it is, sir?
Actually, I'm working in National Space Agency of Pakistan.
Ji?
It's all about material sciences.
जी
And equipments.
बिल्कुल ऐसा ही है. So अगर मोटी टर्म्स में आपको बताऊं तो उसका मतलब ये है कि आप अगर सोने को आप निकाल रहे होते हैं ना, when you want to extract gold or silver, you'll have to take it out from impurities, from other impure metals, and that's a tedious process, and that's a painful process if you were to be that metal. I don't know, sometimes they would pass heat. Am I still being filmed? Doing awesome, guys. So sometimes they would pass heat through it, sometimes electrolysis, acid, whatnot, and that's when you get the pure gold out of it. I'm not saying anything has happened to me yet, or like I'm perfectly metallurgized, or if that's even a word. But what I meant to say was, मेरी वो जो होती है ना, क्या नाम है, रेगमाल से जो किसाई हो रही होती है. Sorry, I'm a little desi painful type. तो वो शुरू हो गई. कैसे? Because nobody knew who I was. And I had started taking group classes at a place, and nobody knew who I was, what I was. In my defense, I had created a Facebook account 15 days ago, and I still had no people. No, does it make sense? It makes sense, I'm sorry. Just 15 days, and I can't expect people to know me or come over and stuff. So पहला महीना जो गुजरा मेरा, वो इंतज़ार करने में गुजरा काफ़ी हद तक. I would sit and I would wait for people, and I would just feel like, you know what? I'm a single child, and even though I don't come from a privileged class, a very middle class family, I have been taken care of all my life. Everything had been done for me, in front of me. सब कुछ मुझे करके दिया होता था, और here I am waiting for people, and that broke me. I don't know. Maybe I had a lot of ego. I think I did have a lot of ego. So I was just sitting there waiting for people, and slowly people started coming in. When? जब मैंने पहला हफ्ता मुफ्त कर दिया. When I put the first week for free. Alright? So, no, thank you. No, thank you very much. Thank you. It didn't help me. That's why I'm saying you don't need to clap for me. A first week free, absolutely free, does not matter. People still don't know you. They don't know who's happening, what's happening, where, क्या हो रहा है, क्या होता है वो जंगल में मोर नाचा किसने देखा, वो वाला सीन हो रहा था. So then I decided to put the entire month for free. पूरे महीने की क्लासेस फ्री कर दी, और मेरे पास उसके बाद पैसे नहीं थे. Then people started coming in, 3, 4, 5. मैं बैठ के वेट करती थी, और and I had this thing in my head कि अगर एक भी आएगा ना कोई, even if I have one person in front of me, I will give my best. It hurt me immensely, but I wanted to give my best. I don't know why, because after all, I was one of the lucky few people who had been given a chance to do what they love. I love working out. I loved it like anything, and I was doing it. It was just a very hurtful process. Chutiyan सीधी करना और लोगों की, because I was, for the first time, if you're walking into some trainer's, I don't know, capacity, in Pakistan, I don't know, I've not been around, so I'll say in this world, when you meet a trainer, you treat him like, you know, parlor वाली कोई आ गई है. Parlor वालों को भी आप क्यों करते हैं? क्यों करते हैं? हर इंस्टीट्यूशन हर क्या नाम है उसका प्रोफेशन को हमने कैटेगराइज किया हुआ है. So I didn't get much respect in the beginning. I was treated like, somebody who just got up and who's, I'm supposed to take care of them. I'm supposed to listen to them. And I took it. There was no other way. And I gave up so many times. And my parents and my friends, they pulled me up again. And by the end of the first month, I got a few people, jinki wajah se I paid for the next month and I carried on. Alhamdulillah. But the process did not stop. Time. Allergy. That was the first thing that happened to me. Second thing, money started coming in. Something that I had never experienced before of my own. I never had to deal with money. I never had to go to a bank. I never had to go to a shop कि मैं कुछ खरीदूँ ये वो मुझे पैसों का हिसाब किताब नहीं पता था. I remember in the first month of my classes, I was sitting on my bed like a gangster, and I was just throwing this money all around and going like this and this, posing in front of the mirror, I swear. I had never seen that amount of money. And honestly speaking, it wasn't a lot of money. Just for me, it was a lot of money. I don't know, maybe, I think it was a lot of money. 80,000, right? So, I mean, it was awesome for me. I was so happy. I didn't know what to do with it. I swear, when I talk about it, I go back into that mindset. You're too sweet, guys. You're too sweet. Please stop me whenever you're bored or whenever you want to ask something or leave. Then came something else. As the finances increased, something within me decreased. Can you guess what it is?
Motivation.
Creativity? Motivation?
Humbleness?
Somebody said humbleness. Very close. मेरा दिल छोटा हो गया. Hobbit देखी है किसी ने? Dwarf King के साथ जो होता है. हाँ. Exactly. So what I thought was, कि I didn't want to spend all the money that I was making. I wanted to hoard it. I wanted to just save it. I wasn't even spending it on myself. The thing with me is I don't spend too much. I don't like, this is my mom's, this is Bar Bazaar and stuff like that. This is my chachu got me this. So when I'm not spending on myself or others and instead I'm hoarding, it created a dissonance in my head. Like a lot of stuck energy. समझ नहीं आ रहा था क्या सीन है. अजीब सी personality मेरी कुछ होती जा रही थी. फिर बाप तो मेरा बाप है. जानता है मुझे. मैं रोज जब पैसे आते थे, I would count it every day. Please tell me if I'm the time अगर ज़्यादा हो जाए. रोज पैसे गिनना मेरा वो था. बड़ा मजा आता था मुझे. निकाल के गठरी और काउंट कर रही हूँ 500 रुपए, 1000 रुपए, और फिर जमा करके पीछे रख ली और फिर सोचना, फिर कैलकुलेट करना and then make lists out of it. Like आज इतने, कल इतने, परसों इतने. So my father sat me down one day. And he said, this is not how it was supposed to be. I wanted you to become a giver, not just a receiver. I mean, your process is going to stop if you hoard money. Spending doesn't make it less, it makes it more. I did not understand what he was saying. It did not make any sense to me. Like, how is it possible that I spend the money that I get on others and I still end up saving some? It's weird. So what he did was, he asked me to pray. Pray to someone that by virtue of being a Muslim, I knew there's a God. अल्लाह ताला होते हैं, एक होते हैं, कहीं बैठे होते हैं ऊपर, ठीक है, आपने उनसे बात करनी होती है तो आप दुआ टाइप करते हैं, फिर आप उन तक पहुंचते हैं, फिर कुछ होता है इस तरह का सीन, कुछ और नहीं था इसके अलावा. So he asked me to pray कि मेरे अंदर से वो चीज़ निकल जाए, that comes out of me and I just, become free. So I prayed for freedom, and I'm not lying, I'm not making this up. And while I was praying, it did not make sense to me. It wasn't even coming from inside. It was just something that my father had asked me to do, and I was just doing it. लेकिन अल्लाह ताला ऐसा है ना कि उसको इंसान को इतने करीब है वो कि उसको ये नहीं पता होता है कि यार अभी इसकी मुझसे इतनी दोस्ती नहीं हुई है, तो अगर ये सिर्फ ज़बानी दुआ भी कर रहे हैं ना तो मान लो. I don't know. He answered, and soon I was given more and more chances to spend. And it's amazing how my money, instead of decreasing, it started increasing. Every month was better than the previous month. And remember, it was just the group classes in this space. Yeah, itni si space hoti thi. Like this is where I would be taking group classes, just this space. And it would just increase. And my heart got bigger and I became more free. I felt more free. I think at the end of the day, it matters how you feel. It just matters how you feel. अगर आप ऐसे सो रहे हैं सोच के कि यार ऐसे दबा के अपने तकिए के नीचे, मज़ा नहीं आता. So I spent and I became free. That was my first encounter with the personified force. Now you can raise this question. Where is this person? Where is this yours? If you say God is your inspiration, how is he personified? I think a lot of you can already understand why is he personified in shape of my father and many other people who were guiding me and helping me and stuff. And it will get more evident later on. I still apply this rule. मैं पैसे नहीं गिनती. 1-2 हफ्ते तक मैं नहीं गिनती. आ रहे होते हैं. And at the end of the month at BRK Studios, I never count how much I've earned. Like the girls, the admin girls, they make all the sheets and stuff. And I don't know if it's my inability to process those sheets or just a lazy person who doesn't want to know how much I'm making. That's what happens. I don't remember. I just take whatever there is and I just save it and do whatever I have to do with it. Time moved on again. And with it came other stuff. I got pregnant. And then I had a miscarriage. And then I had a divorce. Don't be sad. It's okay. There's one more thing that I want to talk about. We have created taboos around these things like divorce, kisi ka bacha nahi hua, ye nahi hua, wo nahi hua. You know what? What if what you're thinking is someone's misery is somebody's freedom? Can you think of it like this? And thank you. And हमें क्या परेशानी कि अगर फलाने की बच्ची की डिवोर्स हुई है? हमारा इससे ताल्लुक ही क्या है यार? कोई ताल्लुक नहीं है. फिर ये होना शुरू हुआ सारे काम. और उसके साथ ही थोड़ा उससे पहले I had saved enough money to make a decision. I was at the crossroads. I was thinking कि क्या किया जाए. I had choices. Choice 1, the car that my father had given me on my shadi, I could upgrade it. Choice 2, I could make a BRK studio out of it, like rent a place and do stuff with it. I want you to remember that I used to pay 25,000 rent for the space that I was using. And this new place, so I chose choice B. Right? I don't know why. कोई कमाल नहीं है मेरा. Left right से लोगों ने जिस तरीके से भी समझा के. I took choice B, and then in G11 I got this beautiful place, and the rent was 1,30,000 rupees, which if you compare with 25,000, it's a big leap. It's a huge leap, and I did not realize how big a leap it was. It was a risk. It was a huge risk that I had taken, and I was thinking कि यार चलो 10 classes. You work up these best case scenarios, like I'll have 10 classes with this trainer, 10 classes with this trainer. I'll keep trainers, and if I get 10 people in each class, so I'll be making enough money to save up and then pay the rent. You're very nice, sir. Thank you. You're too sweet. And I would be able to pay the rent and utilities and लड़कियों की तनख्वाह जिनको मैंने रखा था. Undercalculated risk. The 1 year that I spent in that beautiful studio in G11, where I made a lot of lovely memories and I met a lot of people, it was tough. it was not just tough, not tough only because rent, but because I realized a lot of things about my personality. मैं मेहनत नहीं कर रही थी. Apparently, I had graduated from being a trainer to being a business person, a manager, and a team lead. And I didn't know how to go about all of that. It was just too overwhelming for me. Now, just to give you an example, मेरी गलती क्या थी? You know, अगर let's make it more calm वाला now. मेरी गलती ये थी कि I would start different classes, right? And I would, push them and the class would start. But they would very quickly fizzle out and fade away because I would not market them, A. B, be consistent in marketing them. C, visit them, which is very important. To oversee the classes and to see how stuff is going. So things fizzled out and I wasn't ready to be a team lead or a manager. I was just a trainer. And I saw VRK Studio just, मेरी नज़रों के सामने वो थोड़ा अजीब-ओ-गरीब सीन हो रहा था उसका. इसी चीज़ के दौरान, मैंने सेंटेंस पहले बोल दिया, दौरान वो सारी मेरी लाइफ पर्सनल प्रॉब्लम्स आना शुरू हो गई. And it was a weird phase. I had to give securities and rents and whatnot of the new place that I was moving into after my divorce. Right? And I was just I didn't know how to pay the next month's rent. 55,000 मेरे apartment का rent था, पता नहीं क्यों इतने महंगे रहे apartment में चली गई. And I did not have people to share it with. So what happened was that I thought I hit rock bottom. Everybody's rock bottom is different. Because I had just 30,000 in my account and I had 1,30,000 to pay in the next month for the studio and for the house and stuff. Something very interesting was happening when I was getting divorced and I was, collecting my stuff and moving. I saw my zever, वो जो नहीं देते हैं माँ बाप देते हैं वो क्या होता है उसको sorry हाँ जेज में जो जेवर मिल रहा होता है. नहीं मैं इतनी अंग्रेज़दान नहीं हूँ कि मुझे पता ना हो कि उसको उर्दू में क्या बोलते हैं. Really sorry मेरे ज़हन से निकल गया था. I'm just confused here. So and I'm looking at the zever कि मेरे अब्बा ने उठाया है वो और वो उठा के ना वहाँ में जो घर है वो उसकी ऊपर वाली अलमारी में रख रहा है. और मैं कह रही हूँ कि मुझे मिल जाए किसी तरीके से और मैं इसको बेच दूँ. And I can make 2-3 लाख भी मुझे मिल जाए ना तो मुझे इस वक्त दिल का सुकून हो जाए. और मैं देख रही हूँ कि मुझे नहीं मौका मिला वो काबू करने का. I couldn't confiscate the jewelry that my father was putting up there in the attic. And something inside me, I don't know what it was, told me, relax. Think big. What if you don't need it? I couldn't think big, I'm sorry. But I gave in because I couldn't argue with my dad. I just can't do it. I don't know what happened. A few days later, वो जो 1,30,000 वाला जो स्टूडियो था ना महीने का रेंट, वो मेरे हाथ से निकल गया इस तरीके से कि the owner of that place wanted me to vacate the place because they were getting somebody who was able to pay a bit more for the place. He was a nice guy, still a nice guy. He helped me move to the place in the next market. I'd like to think it was a blessing in disguise, but at that time, it shattered me. You can imagine. My studio was going away. I was in the middle of nowhere. I had no idea what home was anymore because growing up, we were told कि लड़की का घर ससुराल होता है. अब ससुराल नहीं है तो किधर है? अपना घर भी नहीं है. So it was just crazy for me at that time. And I remember my father coming over to, finalize the apartment that I was going to move into. And I was just sitting outside my studio as he was there offering prayers in the mosque somewhere. And I was hit again by something and I prayed. You remember this praying thing that I talked about earlier? Thank you. I talked about it earlier in the context of prayer कि अल्लाह ताला मेरे अंदर से पैसे का प्यार निकाल दे. ठीक है. और चोरी सिर्फ ये नहीं है कि मैंने अपनी पानी की बोतल चोरी कर ली, समझो ये किसी और की है. Chori is so much taking others' credit and whatnot. Alright? Don't steal because it's stressful. I don't like the way I feel when I expose myself to the same. See, when I steal from someone, without whether I like it or not, I'm exposing myself to the same law of nature. Alright? I don't like the way I feel when I expose myself to same being cautious constantly. कि ये मेरे साथ तो नहीं हैंग कर देगा, ये तो नहीं कुछ कर देगा, क्योंकि मैंने 2 नंबरी की है. Don't try because it's stressful. And now the last one. Don't hold back because it's stressful. Don't hold back because it's stressful. I don't like the way I feel when I don't thank my mom for the meal or be nice because it's free. Don't try because it's stressful. Thank you so much. Thank you. So the point was, thank you so much, Verdah, please aa jaiye. Don't try because you're the only person